Multi-billion QSR player Jollibee Foods Corp has finally opened its first store in West Malaysia to eager crowds hungering for something new, with plans to open 120 stores in 10 years. This Filipino fast food chain has gained a cult following, but the F&B landscape in Malaysia remains notoriously fickle, and supply chain issues have hit all players, big and small. We talked to Dennis M. Flores, President and Head of International Business Europe, Middle East, Asia and Australia for Jollibee Foods Corp, about expansion strategies for the Malaysian market. So Dennis, Jollibee has finally opened in West Malaysia because, of course, your first store was in Sabah all the way back in 2018. Did you actually plan to move to the peninsula earlier, or did COVID just derail all of that?
We actually planned to enter KL prior to the pandemic, but you're right, the pandemic certainly caused a delay in the execution of our plans. But we're here now in Sunway Pyramid, and we couldn't be more excited. We look forward to serving more Malaysians and hope they get to taste for themselves why people all over the world line up for hours for bestsellers, headlined by our famous fried chicken, the Chicken Joy. And for those who like it hot and spicy, we also have our spicy Chicken Joy.
I suppose better late than never, right, Dennis? We will talk about the strategy with the menu in a bit, but of course, this is just the beginning. There are some really aggressive expansion plans in place. There's this plan to open 120 stores in 10 years. That's 12 stores a year. How do you actually plan to do that?
You're right, Nadia. We see a huge growth potential here in Malaysia as one of Southeast Asia's largest consumer markets. Our plan, together with our joint venture partner, is to open 120 stores, as you said, over the next 10 years. This year alone, we plan to open 2 to 3 more stores in Klang Valley. We will share more details closer to the opening dates. Suffice it to say, though, we want Jollibee to be as accessible as possible to our customers. So in a way, our customers actually dictate where we should be opening stores in.
In that case, why Sunway Pyramid? Because Malaysia is not short on malls with a lot of similar characteristics. Why did you pick there?
Firstly, we cannot go wrong with Sunway Pyramid. It's one of the busiest malls within Klang Valley. It is a great starting point for our West Malaysian expansion, as it allows us to build our brand awareness and affinity among the local Malaysians, again, because of its high footfall and strategic location. It was an opportunity we couldn't pass. There was a vacancy, and we were targeting Sunway Pyramid along with the other malls in Klang Valley. But opening in a non-mall location is also part of our plan. Similar to what we do in other countries where we operate in, we will open different store models. Mall stores, like in Sunway Pyramid, freestanding stores, and drive-thrus. We always stay in tune to the changing habits of our customers and develop the right store models and business channels to make it easier for them to access Jollibee. And I think that's the key word, Nadia, accessibility.
So you're already talking to mall operators and scouting drive-thru locations?
Thanks to our joint venture partner who has a business in Malaysia and is a successful businessman as chairman of Lux Asia, we are able to tie up with some prominent real estate brokers. And we have been talking to the malls, yes, especially in Klang Valley. As I said, we're opening 2 to 3 more stores in Klang Valley this year. Now, the drive-thru is also a potential, and we should be opening one soon within the next 2 years.
If that's the case, how much then does it cost to open a store? What is the investment you put in?
I can tell you, Nadia, that we have invested a significant amount, to open our first Jollibee store in West Malaysia. And you will see it's a beautiful store. We want to ensure that we bring Jollibee's happy dining experience to our excited customers in Malaysia. And again, we are here for the long haul, and we will do whatever it takes to deliver our promise to our Malaysian customers and be successful in this important market.
How long then does it take for a store to break even? Or does that really vary wildly from country to country?
Break even actually is, varies from country to country, store to store. What I can say is, we initially invested a total of 33 million Malaysian ringgit in our joint venture. And we are closely working with our joint venture partner to ensure that we continue to invest the right amount to make Jollibee a success in Malaysia and become a favorite among the Malaysians.
We are still, sadly, in the era of COVID, and the main thing that a lot of businesses have had issues is disruptions to this supply chain. You've had other restaurants rationing fries even. Do you have this problem?
I think no one is spared, Nadia, with this global supply chain issues we have today. The key challenge that COVID-19 introduced, again, in the supply chain is demand and supply unpredictability. Lockdown restrictions and regulations have caused variations in supply versus forecasts that introduced new constraints that affected the operations of commissaries and suppliers' facilities. Now, we were able to mitigate this by adjusting our planning process. For example, we increased the frequency of our demand forecasting so we can respond faster to changing situations. We also optimized our inventory through streamlining of items, and we continue to build our relationships with suppliers and work with them even more closely to manage these issues.
F&B in Malaysia is it's a fickle business, Dennis, and things fall in and out of favor really fast. I know in Jollibee's case, the late Anthony Bourdain was famously a fan, which helped to raise your profile, but what do you think at heart is Jollibee's advantage?
It is definitely a fair question, given the highly competitive QSR industry in Malaysia. We differentiate ourselves through our great tasting food, again, headlined by our famous Chicken Joy, and other unique menu items like the Jolly Spaghetti, all of which are served in a happy restaurant environment with warm and friendly service. Now, let me talk more about taste, Nadia, because this is very important to Jollibee and to JFC as a corporation. From the very start of our business, Jollibee's founders were always dedicated to putting delicious taste first. Serving great tasting food is at the core of everything we do. How we develop recipes and how we select high quality ingredients. All these little and big things combined are all centered on consistently serving high quality food to our customers. Now, even to this day, our founder serves as the chief taste officer for the company. Again, further underscoring how important taste is to us. As an example, our best-selling Chicken Joy, which our customers in the UK, in Spain, and in Italy love, and in Kota Kinabalu, Chicken Joy enjoys a loyal fan base in many countries and has been recognized as among the best by publications such as the Thrillist and the Daily Beast in the US, the South China Morning Post in Hong Kong, and Yahoo in Singapore. That's why we have fans lining up for days and nights, even in the rain and below 0-degree weather, just for a taste of Jollibee's food. We hope we can invite you, Nadia, and everyone to taste for themselves what people line up for.